Okay, then we are live on what was supposed to be a holiday, but we guys are hard at work because the team for the West Indies ODIs and T20 is going to be announced very, very shortly. So we are here with you looking at who would be the likely players that are most probably going to make the cut. And remember, just to let you know that the team for both T20Is and ODIs, both is going to be announced for the West Indies series. And there were also speculation that maybe the test captain will be announced. What we can tell you is that no, this is too early. BCCI is not planning to announce who's going to be the next test captain. So that's not happening today. The team will be announced. With me, my colleague Vikrant Gupta is here. Vikrant, I think we interviewed Harbhajan Singh yesterday, and a few other players have also been saying, I think Sanjay Manjrekar also wrote a column that it's time to get Kulcha back.
I just tweeted.
You have?
You've stolen my words. I've just tweeted. In fact, I've asked people to respond to it. Is it time to go back to Kulcha? I mean, chances are bright. See, Kuldeep hasn't played any cricket. He was injured, and then the domestic cricket didn't happen. Again, it's a risk. It's a risk because Kuldeep was also low on confidence when he was shunted out. But Nikhil, you'll have to look at the options available. I mean, one option is to go back to Varun Chakravarti, who I think is not maybe part of your mainstream thinking now. So you will have to possibly 72%. Oh, so I've just tweeted. So about 72% people have already voted. It's been just 2 minutes since I got this poll out on my Twitter account, Vikrant Gupta 73, and about 72% of them are saying Kulcha should be back as a player.
But what are the sources telling? See, this is what our job as journalists are.
They're tight-lipped, very tight-lipped, yeah. Okay. And from what I can make out, or you can make out, or what we've been discussing, talking to former players, like you said, Harbhajan Singh, Sanjay Manjrekar, I think it is time to maybe look at Kuldeep Yadav. Chahal is secure. I don't think there's any issue with Yuzvendra Chahal. He should be part of your team.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to what the selectors think about Venkatesh Iyer. Even though there were suggestions to go back to Rishi Dhawan, I think it's too early. If you have fast-tracked somebody like Venkatesh Iyer and you dump him now, that is not going to send the right signals. I think maybe Rishi Dhawan may have to wait. They should. So in all likelihood, they will go with Venkatesh Iyer. Now, Ashwin is also injured and not available. So the moment you say Ashwin is not available, you have to look at the wicket-taking spin options. Who are the options? Kuldeep, again, is a dark horse to make a comeback. Chahal will be part of the team. Sundar should be part of the team, Washington Sundar, because he was down with COVID when the team went to South Africa. Now, I somehow do feel, Nikhil, that the selectors might also be looking at a leg spinner to go with Chahal. Who could it be?
Most talked about name right now is Ravi Bishnoi. We did an interview also with him yesterday, and he's the most talked about. And what we're getting to here is that he is a front runner. I don't know whether he'll be picked, but he's going to be on the minds of
they may want to look at him. And Ravi Bishnoi, again, he was playing for Punjab. Now he's been picked by Lucknow. And KL Rahul, incidentally, who I think will be the vice captain of the team. He'll be retained as the vice captain in the limited overs cricket. And since Rohit is going to be the captain, Rohit is back. He's fit now. And I think Ravi Bishnoi, like you said, Nikhil, I would think Kuldeep Yadav and Ravi Bishnoi and Yuzvendra Chahal plus Washington Sundar. I think maybe you'll have the four of them. I don't know. There are two formats. If Kuldeep is considered, will he be considered for the T20s or the ODIs alone? Chahal should be part of both the teams. If Bishnoi is considered, will it be T20s or will it also be the ODIs? I think these are the issues that the selectors will have to ponder.
Okay, so Varul Chaturvedi here is saying Rishi Dhawan, we need him. And I know a lot of questions came on Rishi Dhawan, but what we're getting to here is it's unlikely for him to make the cut. And now I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, all things that Vikrant has mentioned. One, we know that Ravichandran Ashwin is injured. Now that's an update we have got from the BCCI. So if that is the update, and if that is correct, and we believe it is, that means selectors aren't going to consider him. Then what are the options that are left with? And just doing again 2 and 2
also
together.
What happens to Akshar Patel? If he's fit and available, Jadeja is not available.
Yes.
So what happens to Akshar Patel if he's fit, available? Will he also be part of what? I think he'll be part of the T20s. Akshar Patel, if he's fit, available, should be part of the T20s because he can also bat. And since Jadeja is not there, you would need somebody who can hit the ball long.
So as things stand, it seems like it is going to be most likely Kuldeep Yadav then who comes back, because we're looking at who's fit,
Again,
who's
one
injured.
format or two formats.
We don't know, but there is a good possibility that Kuldeep Yadav comes back. There is a good possibility. In fact, we can be very certain that Ashwin is not going to be playing because of that.
He's injured.
Injury.
He's ruled out.
So he's out. The one other thing is almost certain is KL Rahul is going to be the vice captain. That's the other important bit we are telling you. Rishi Dhawan also almost certain that may not be making it.
See, Rishi Dhawan Rishi Dhawan may deserve a comeback, but then at the expense of Venkatesh Iyer, that should not happen now. Maybe they would be looking at Rishi Dhawan at some point in time, but not now, because you just fast tracked somebody like Venkatesh Iyer. How can you dump him on the basis of 2 games? So if you start doing this musical chairs, then you won't be able to groom an all-rounder. Again, Rishi Dhawan, good performance, but I think he'll have to wait.
Okay, Shanmukha is saying Rahul Chahar, but I think he's not on the radar.
So that is why if Rahul Chahar is not available, they might then look at somebody like Ravi Bishnoi, for example.
Yeah. So Ravi Bishnoi is a hot favorite. He's been spoken about in the circles.
Because I think they're worried about the lack of wicket-taking abilities, Nikhil. Also, what happens to Bhuvneshwar Kumar? Again, 2 formats. Will he be part of any one format? If at all, yes. Which format?
If you ask me, T20 would be the format that you'd keep him. One day, I think, is very tough.
I would assume that you've maybe got to look beyond him now. He may be part of one format, but I think it is time to look beyond him. Again, what the captain feels, what the coach feels, what the selectors feel could be different from the public opinion that we have, the populism, populist view that we have. But they'll have to go by what they think. And maybe, looking at Bhuvneshwar could be through a different prism because he's not played much of the cricket. So maybe, they would still want to assess him. I don't know. But will there be any new young fast bowler? That's also a question. Somebody like Umran Malik. Will he be part of the team, or will he be part of the bowling squad that travels with the team?
Crick stat is saying Rishi Dhawan, so many wickets. You're showing his stats, we agree. But we are only reporting what we're getting to here. As Vikrant mentioned, that I think he deserves to be in the team because of his performances. But
he deserves a look in.
Exactly.
But I still feel Venkatesh Iyer cannot be dumped and should not be dumped.
So what we're actually informing you is what way the BCCI might be thinking or the selectors might be thinking. That's all we're reporting right now, not passing a judgment or not saying that X is good or Y is
I think just a matter of 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. For those asking just now when the team
I think in the next 10-15 minutes, and we'll be live on Sports Today, we'll be live on Sports Thug. Please do subscribe to Sports Today and Sports Thug. It doesn't cost you. You can subscribe to both.
What about what about Virat Kohli? Another important thing. Will he want to? We have seen in the past at least one series. I don't know whether ODIs or T20s. He likes to rest from.
See, he's not played a T20 game since that World Cup. The 3 T20s that India had against New Zealand, and the first Test match, Virat he asked for a rest. And I seriously feel that if you want Virat to be the Virat that you've known him, he needs rest. Again, both the formats or one format, and then again, if it is one format, which is the least important format right now, maybe I would assume that they would want Virat for the ODIs. If at all he wants rest, he might play both. But I just think that Virat could be rested for one of the 2 formats. I think he needs some rest.
Okay, we'll wind up because the team would be announced anytime, but I'm just summing up 5 likely things that we foresee might happen, looking at the way, folks at the BCCI or people involved in Indian cricket have been talking in the last few days. There is a likelihood, as we said, Virat might want to voluntarily rest in one of the 2 series. We think that is happening. We're also
may not happen. I mean, it may not happen.
I'm just saying likelihood of if we had to punt on something.
I think it is logical that Virat takes a brief little break. If at all he feels the need to do that. If at all he feels the need to. But if Virat doesn't want to take a break, it might be playing both the formats.
Yeah, we're just looking at the trend as such. So quite possible that he decides to rest from one of the format, whether it's T20s or ODIs, we don't know. Good chance that Kulcha returns together, because UZ is already there, so would be a likelihood of a return of Kuldeep. We know this for certain that Ashwin will not be considered because he is injured, so that is something you can report. The one name doing the rounds as far as the next big thing is Ravi Bishnoi, so that is something that the selectors could look at. So, and Rishi Dhawan, as we discussed, maybe possible that he deserves a chance there. But would you want to drop Venkatesh Iyer so early? I think at the moment, maybe not. The selectors may not drop.
Logically, you should not.
Yeah.
Logically, you should.
So this is what we think the likely team could be. But within the next 10-15 minutes or so, when the team is announced, then we'll be live. And with confirmations. Right now, it's a lot of speculation. We'll come back with confirmation.
Bye.